Anthony and Aaron podcast back for another episode. Man, we got a big show. The juror in the Ghislaine Maxwell case gets immunity, testifies. We'll recap everything that went down there. Case against Prince Andrew dismissed as he pays up. We've got the latest on the Ukraine, bioweapons, Coca-Cola, so much more. Gas prices and what you don't know. Thieves steal human heads in Denver. That is not that's not a mistake. Idaho and Florida passed some new bills. Should I buy something that I don't need that I really want? That's probably a scam. I might even wind up funding President Putin and his atrocious war crimes, even though it's cool. 106-year-old ship found. The Kardashians are moving to Hulu and they're taking Pete Davidson's tongue with them.
What?
My friends are inept and I need new ones. Of course, we've got new merch. We've got fan feedback. We've got things we don't talk about. Pinocchio and Star Wars, and perhaps the weirdest sex scene ever. Man, we got a big show, Frankie C. How you doing?
I'm good. The weirdest sex scene ever.
We're going to live watch this.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll explain how.
Okay.
Let's get the party started. So, Scotty David, the juror that lied on his affidavit, or
Right.
we didn't know if he lied or not, but pretty much withheld truth, whatever it was. That's his first and middle name. We don't know his last name. He appeared in court yesterday and basically acknowledged that he filled out the wrong answer on the sworn questionnaire when he denied having been a victim of abuse.
He said he intentionally lied?
He said he filled out the wrong answer.
Yeah, so he put the wrong answer in.
Not intentionally.
Okay.
He said, I would have put I was abused as a child. It was a family member who is no longer part of the family and one of his friends when I was 9 or 10 years old. He said it was one of the biggest mistakes he ever made in his life. He thought he answered otherwise on his jury questionnaire. He insisted that it was an inadvertent mistake. He was testifying because he did get the immunity. So there's not going to be any sort of, prosecution of him. He's saved from that. And it looks like we move on to the next step in this process, which is basically the judge giving everybody a week to put in what they want to do next. But when we first started talking about this, we thought that a retrial is basically guaranteed. Still a really strong possibility. They're kind of legal experts. They're kind of saying now they just might not give her a retrial at all. And the basic thing of that is even if you have this person not on the jury, like would another jury of 12 individuals given the same evidence not come to the same conclusion?
Right. I mean, but you can't assume.
You can't assume, and I'm sure her team is going to say, well, he damaged the jury because he was in there talking about all this stuff and kind of giving an unfair advantage. So we'll wait and see from there. But they did wind up eventually releasing his questionnaire, and he did just mark off a big no. He also did say, before everybody gets crazy with their conspiracy theories, which I have no problem with, but he also did say that he was filling this out in a jury room with like people, and he's going through this. I forget how many questions there are. That was question 47. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm awful at questionnaires in the doctor's office and filling out all this crap, and people are loud. It's early in the morning. I don't know if, I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm saying it exists. It's out there. You can't give him the benefit of the doubt that he was just going through shit, and
you gotta kind of wonder during the voir dire. The lawyers asked them questions. I mean, how did that question not come up?
How did it not come up? Well, I guess because when they're trying to move through these things, they probably, as they were just going through them all, they went
like, we have these answers.
Grab all the no's. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess.
Exactly.
It happens.
It does.
This is why professional jurors.
Well, Here's the person that's responsible for filling out all the questionnaires on this podcast, and that's Jay Sabs. What up, Jay Sabs?
I probably do fill out more than you guys have ever filled out combined.
I think you filled out more today than you have in my entire life, and I haven't spoken to you today. I don't know if you filled out any.
You know me so well.
Yeah.
Thanks for handling all the questionnaires.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Prince Andrew pays, case dismissed. No big revelations here. He ponied up the money. Prince Charles gave it to him, and his mommy gave it to him.
So it's over.
Settled out of court.
At least with
agreement done.
At least with this one victim.
Yep.
Unless there are others, we don't know. With him, I mean.
Yep. Pretty good settlement. Hey, we're planning on killing Jean-Luc Brunel. We'll kill you too unless you take this money. And okay, take it.
All right, that's not. Yeah.
I mean, somewhat.
Maybe. We're gonna say maybe on that.
It was a Cliff's Notes version, but that's
it could have been. Who knows?
Great coffee, great cause. That's what we say about our good pals over at Jumpstart Coffee Company. You can save 15% on your order with the link in the description below. When you use the promo code AOA15, don't forget you could also sign up for there, subscribe, and save. You know, if you look at the bullshit in the world, you look at Ukraine, right? There's fucking people just Russia walking on in. We don't have those problems, and that's because we have the greatest armed forces ever. And Jumpstart goes to support the Navy SEALs. So if you're feeling more appreciative now than ever over the freedoms that our armies and navies and armed forces provide us, grab some Jumpstart coffee, throw a little bit back in their kick, and they'll go on to support the troops. You support the troops, you support this podcast, you support Jumpstart coffee with a purchase. Grab it right now. Link in the description below.
Good stuff.
Here's the dark roast plan.
Janine, is your husband like hanging drywall or something? What
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
thump, thump, thump.
It's Eliana running across, probably to find me.
That's funny.
Aw, that's sweet.
No.
This is why you hide in the basement,
right?
Away from.
I'm in my bomb shelter.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty funny that people are kind of starting to put it all together that even though Russia is doing all sorts of horrific damage, they've kind of blundered this whole invasion. No,
they're not going as quickly. It's not going as smoothly as they thought, I think.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
They're kind of a mess. I feel like they're ripe for, just crumbling from within. I don't know how we haven't been able to get to that yet. I mean, it's early on, I guess, in the process. But yeah, they've pretty much really.
Who knows their strategy?
I mean, Ukraine is no, it's no pushover. It's a big country. It's the biggest. It's second biggest in Europe, I think. Or
is it really?
Pretty sure.
Is it not the biggest in the world? Is it bigger than?
No,
China?
Russia's the biggest.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was Russia than
Ukraine.
China.
Ukraine, I'm talking about in Europe. I think is the either the biggest, the second biggest.
But there's a lot of land that's not.
Oh yeah, with Russia, I'm talking about.
Russia, yeah.
Russia has a lot of unused land because it's all snowy wasteland, barren land. But
it's like Canada. Like, you ever see those things about Canada? Like 99% of Canadian population is like under this line that's all like scrunched up against the United States.
Because the rest of it is just a big iceberg.
Just frozen as shit. So is Russia.
Yeah. So yeah, Ukraine is the second biggest country in Europe.
By the way, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Do you know that you can see Russia from Alaska? That's what I hear. Bitch wasn't lying about that.
Yeah, I don't think she would. That seems.
I mean, it
right.
seemed nutty at the time, and everybody was. I can't even fucking remember her name. That's how long ago that was.
Sarah Palin, but she wasn't there. She wasn't. It wasn't the fact that. It wasn't whether or not it was true. It was why she even said it. Like it was basically, your relations with Russia, political. Like they were asking her a political question, and she was like, "Oh, they're on. I could see them. They're right there." And it was not the smartest answer.
I think it was the liberal media taking advantage of a wonderful conservative young lady.
Okay. Yeah.
Weird thing about what? I
wouldn't say young.
Well, she was like
young-ish.
She's very attractive though.
Yeah, I was gonna say you would definitely do her, right?
Yes, MILF. That's right in my MILF. That's right in the old sweet
Wow.
spot. Weird thing about Russia though, as discombobulated and messed up as they are still dangerous. The White House today warned that the possibility of them using chemical and bioweapons in the Ukraine is becoming more and more realistic. So I don't know what they know that they're not sharing.
Do you know what they know? What they know?
I don't know.
Do my friends? They don't know what you know that they know.
I know.
You know that I know that they know.
Right.
I know.
Okay. So I think, I don't know, the chemical, biological weapons in a place where they want to take over. I feel like with chemical, again, I'm no war expert or anything, but if you want to take over a place, throwing bioweapons in there is probably not the best idea. If you want to just obliterate a place, that's probably when you would use something like that.
But think about it, because let's be honest, they've kind of fouled this up the whole way through. Are they just be like, oh, you know what? We'll just drop this we'll just throw the gas down, and then that'll be the end of it. It'll make things easier.
I don't know, man.
They keep blowing these ceasefires. They agreed to another one this morning, and they blew that. They went right past that again. It's like the third time.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust any ceasefires from Russia.
Do they know what a ceasefire is? Do you think that's what the problem is? Yeah,
I think they hear "seize fire" and they see fire.
They just keep agreeing to them, and then they just keep I mean,
they go, oh yeah, ceasefire, yeah. And it's like, all right, we can't. The third time, we're not going to do this again.
Right?
Just they don't know. They obviously don't want to do a ceasefire, so we're not going to. Why would they trust them? And
if we learned anything from the second greatest president this generation has ever seen, fool me once, shame on you.
Fool me twice.
You're not going to fool me again.
You're not going to fool me again. Yeah.
I would love to know what they're doing with Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Why they took that over, number one.
Mm-hmm.
How are they even still in that area, number two? Because you can't go anywhere near the actual plant, the power plant that's there. You can't go anywhere in there.
Yeah.
It's uninhabitable. I don't know what the hell they think they're doing there. But who knows?
Well, again, and this is sort of prototypical to the Russian playbook, but they're just kind of like, well, Ukraine's using biological weapons. Like they always kind of like blame the place they're trying to take with what they're about to do.
Right.
They think Ukraine is using biological weapons?
No, that's what he's saying. Similar to the way that they were like, oh, this is a peacekeeping mission and all this bullshit. That's kind of what they're talking about. They're talking about the fact that there might be some
is full of shit.
We'll see.
And you can't everything he says. It's just what's it called? What's the word? Propaganda. It's just him trying to turn his people against the truth.
It is pretty unthinkable for a world leader to make up that a country has something and invade it just for that reason.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, they are pulling out of Mother Russia.
Yep.
Yeah, but like you said the other day, they probably have stock there for 6 months. So,
well, here's what's strange too. Coca-Cola, we already talked about Visa, MasterCard, right? Coca-Cola now.
Pepsi too, I think.
What?
I think Pepsi too is.
Pepsi.
Yeah, that's all right.
There. Well.
Right.
Number one and number two, they're both out.
Wait, can I say one thing that bothers me? When you go to the movie theaters, the majority of them just have Pepsi. They don't have Coke, which is annoying.
In the movie theaters?
Well, it depends on which places. They're not going to have both.
I know, but
I thought AMC was a Coke place.
No.
Pepsi.
I think I disagree. No.
I went there last week.
Flag on the play. AMC's got Coke. There's the AMC by me has Coke Zero, has the machine with all the different Cokes.
Oh,
and the Coke
no,
Zero
not this
and the vanilla Coke.
This place you have to go behind the you have to go behind the counter. It's like, can I have a Coke? We only have Pepsi. Is that okay? I mean, I guess. Wouldn't you think that Coke would be kind of in every...
I guess they do both.
Oh, no.
I'm looking it up.
And then they lied to me.
I'm looking it up. It says AMC.
This is worse than the invasion of Ukraine. Go ahead.
We'll continue to serve a wide variety of
I can say that because I have
Let
family
me
there.
see. Hold on.
This is worse than that time that that Putin invaded my country of origin. I get it. It's devastating, Janine. I don't care. I'm the. By the way, people. A lot of people took your side on the Coke Pepsi thing. I just don't care. It doesn't.
Well, no one's asking you to care.
I know. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit.
Well, at some point you got to give a shit about something.
But it's sugary. It's sugary water. Like it's the.
It tastes different though.
It does taste different. But if I'm in the mood for that kind of stuff, it does not matter to me.
Yeah, but if you're in the store and you have a choice between buying a bottle of Pepsi or a bottle of Coke, or a can of Pepsi, can of Coke.
Okay, free Anthony would choose whatever's on sale that week. Married Anthony would choose the Coke regardless because I want to live and sleep in my house.
So there you go.
Oh yeah, the Diet Coke.
Yeah, big time Diet Coke fan.
So there's a preference.
Yeah, and she's weaning off of Diet Coke right now, so it's a sensitive time.
Oh,
It's a tough time. I think it's easier to get people off of crack than it is to get people off of Diet Coke.
I gave up soda for Lent.
Did you?
Yeah. So that's
I don't
what's
really.
going on here.
Don't forget,
used to,
Frank. Don't
Go
forget,
ahead.
you have to turn in your 4th grade project too at the same time. So, go ahead,
Right.
Janine.
I used to always drink Diet Coke, but then I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I gave it up like 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And like no, and then maybe I'll have one, but then like I feel disgusting after drinking it then. And I'm like, I can't, why did I do this?
Yeah.
So we switched to seltzer. And as you know, a few of us have a seltzer problem, which you discovered that in
Who has a seltzer problem?
North Carolina.
Couple of parties ago. Oh, I was going to say, no,
And your house too.
Couple of parties ago, I can't remember when this was, a few years ago, maybe even going back. I had all this different kinds of beer and then maybe like 7 bottles of seltzer. When the day was over, I had every single bottle of beer and 0 seltzer. And I was like, boy, things are shifting here. Things are changing in this group. And now I literally, last party, the Christmas exchange in February,
Right.
I literally bought a 6-pack of beer and that was it.
Frank, and of course that's when I wanted a beer, of course.
Well, Frank's brother brought a whatever, and my 6-pack, and
did they go?
It was all seltzer. No, there was a ton of beer left over. I think everybody went through my 6-pack actually, but that's to be expected. But I reversed the things. It's like a frat party. You just switch out the
thing.
beer.
Everybody's driving and with kids and stuff. They're not going to have more than like a beer for the day.
We have to. I wouldn't dare insult the seriousness of this topic, bringing it up now, because it takes a lot of contemplation. But we have to rank seltzers one day because this is a topic worthy of discussion.
All of them are terrible. That's my rank.
What?
That's crazy talk.
I'm not a seltzer fan. I don't drink it. The only way I drink seltzer is in like an egg cream or something like that.
I think Janine's had 4 seltzers since she started the show 18 minutes ago.
It's fancy water.
I'm
done. I can't.
It's kind of like drinking soda because you get the carbonation from it and no calories, so that's even better.
Yeah, why don't I just chew on my table? It's the same,
Oh my God.
I get no calories from that.
You really
it tastes the same.
Here's what I wondered, Janine, and I'm going to sound really stupid. How is it carbonated, flavored, and there's no like it doesn't make any sense. Like if you read the label of a seltzer bottle, it'll literally just say 5 grams of sugar, of salt. Like that's all it says. It's just got sodium in it. That's all it has.
Not all of them have sodium.
Maybe not all of them have sodium, but like there's still like the raspberry ones just taste as good as like a cherry Coke. They're just not as sweet, but they're still good. You still taste flavor. I don't know how they're doing it and getting away with it.
I don't know. That's a really good question. Of course, it says naturally sweetened.
Yeah.
But it's not so much the carbonation that's bad for you. I mean, too much of one thing is not good for you anyway, but there's no real sugar and there's no fake sugar in it, which is even because honestly, the fake sugar is worse for you.
It's bad. Fake sugar is very bad for you.
So there's zero sugar in seltzer altogether.
That's what they say, but how is there fruit flavor in it and not a calorie? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. We should own the seltzer business.
Here's the thing. Let me say this. We have a lot of COVID people, vaccine and mask people now that have nothing to do. Let's turn our attention to the seltzer people.
This is the next thing?
That's fine. I think this is where we should go next.
This is the next big problem.
Yeah, gotta answer that question for me. I don't know why there's so much flavor in there. Anyway, so I literally was left with 3 bottles of seltzer after the last party. Everything else was gone. And when I went to the store, I bought like 20 bottles of seltzer. And so, you're grabbing the seltzer and there's all these different flavors. So at a certain point, you're just like, I don't care, whatever. Let me grab this and this and this. I grabbed vanilla orange seltzer. It was to die for.
Are you kidding me? That doesn't sound good to me.
Dude,
that sounds awful.
Not my first choice of anything. And I'll say this, not with dinner, but I was like, I had it and I was like kind of craving like, ice cream or something. I'm like, I can't be a fat bastard, that much anymore. So I'm like, let me just pour this and see how it is. It did the trick. It kind of like satisfied that sweet tooth and gave you that creamsicle flavor.
Did you get like a scoop of ice cream in there? That's the only way I'm.
No.
Yeah. See?
No. I was trying to be good.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah. Seltzer. Yeah,
well, I will say seltzer is really big now. Like a couple of years ago, it was not.
Yeah, because they put alcohol in it.
No, not that kind.
No.
although that is good too, but not all of them are good either. So
you want to jump your drink up a couple of notches. You throw alcohol in there. You call it new, whatever that.
Okay.
You had a good one at your party.
High Noon.
High Noon is good. Not that one though. It was another one in like a red, white, and blue can, maybe. I forget what it was. It was good. High Noons are good.
Didn't Budweiser put out a seltzer?
Yeah, everybody has
Bud Light seltzer.
It's so out of control. Even the craft brewers are making seltzer now. It's like
they are.
It's crazy because it's just a beer. It's a flavor. It's a colorless beer. That's what people don't realize. Most of those seltzers, they're just colorless beers.
It must be impossible to order seltzer and not get no. I'm kidding.
Okay. Seinfeld it. We should have a Seinfeld alert of some kind.
Yep.
Anyway, I found this interesting. McDonald's announced that it's going to temporarily shut down its 850 restaurants in Russia.
You said this the other day. Go ahead.
Did I?
You said something about it. I'm not scratching my vagina. I'm scratching my side.
Oh, I'm scratching.
Nobody was asking. Nobody.
I swear you said that the other day.
Did I? Maybe I did. But I think what's interesting about this is, though, they're going to continue to pay their employees.
That's nice.
That's nice.
62,000 employees in Russia during the closure. Is it nice? Because it's nice for the people, but isn't the point to upset the people so much that they have to go out and revolt?
Well, they're taking away. They don't want to hurt
the people. They want to hurt the country.
They want to hurt So
okay, let me tell you what they're
taking away
doing.
a
right
luxury or what
Let me tell you what they're actually doing. They're giving 62,000 people a paid vacation because their country invaded another country, and while simultaneously also making that country more healthy because it doesn't have disgustingly fattening foods slowly killing it.
Okay,
that's exactly what they did.
Well, they're taking their product. They're not selling their product over there, and they're, the company isn't.
So hurting their stockholders. Yeah, go ahead.
Man, you take any situation.
No, it's
you
bullshit.
Just make it a negative fucking,
It's bullshit because they tried to do the thing.
It positive. Okay.
They tried it negative. He was like, oh, they're screwing over these people, but they're not. They're doing nothing to hurt Russia. It's like, well, they're taking away their product from Russia. You can't get a McDonald.
No, but they're trying. Here's what happened. They screwed up and didn't act fast enough for social media and the cancel people. And now they're like, okay,
cancel people.
We'll close, and to go one step further so nobody's mad at us, we're going to continue to pay the people over there, so it'll be nice. But the point is you're not. Well, who are you hurt? Are you hurting on the tax that Putin takes out of the cheeseburger? What are you really doing? because you're still paying these people. I'd rather have these 62,000 people, fucking marching on the Kremlin because they don't have a job anymore.
Oh, that would be funny.
So you want to hurt the
That's what
Russian
you
citizens? The point is to hurt the economy.
This is all hurting the Russian citizens, though. Right? Isn't it a point to hurt the economy so that the citizens get devastated enough to rise up and take this prick out?
I see your point, but the also I guess they're just not. Yeah, they're paying the citizens.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's hard because they're the innocent, but they're also trying to I think they are seeing it as we're not doing business with Russia anymore, but they are paying their citizens.
Yeah, the point is to suffocate the Russian people until they get upset enough. That's the end game here, whether people want to admit that or not. And how are they paying these people when we pulled them out of the fucking World Bank SWIFT thing? How are they getting their money?
Oof.
Well, that's the government money. This is a different bank.
I thought we just shut the whole shit down. I don't know.
No, we shut the government bank. The government's money can't flow.
All right, gas prices. Let's talk about it. Everybody's talking about it.
What don't we know?
Another 8 cents. Damn. This is the highest gas prices have ever been in the United States.
Damn.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Now, a friend of ours, I didn't say anything because, again, I don't want to get drawn into BS.
I'm going to let you say what you're going to say. That's not the thing I was going to. That's not what you don't know.
Okay.
That's to come. Go ahead.
A friend of ours was like, it's a shame we didn't continue our work on the Keystone Pipeline. And it has nothing to do with gas price. All that does is move gas from one place to another.
That's a lot.
It does. It's not. What are you talking about? It's a pipeline.
It would have made gas more readily available to us.
Okay. It just doesn't go through the pipeline. It goes other places. But this one pipeline isn't working. So it's not a well. The Keystone thing doesn't dig up oil. It just moves it. So that wouldn't have done anything to gas prices.
I think we should try and get our gas from forget the pipelines. We should get it from the metaverse. Seems like that's where everything's cooking right now.
Metaverse gas. I like it.
Yeah. I bet you that's some good gas. National average for a regular gallon of gas is now $4.25 according to AAA. On Tuesday, the cost was $4.17, so it went up 8 cents in a day. That breaks the July 2008 record of $4.11, which, when adjusted for inflation, would be $5.25 today. Imagine that.
Wait, what are you talking? Back then, right?
14 years ago, and inflation has gone $4.11 to $5.25.
So we're not at the highest.
No, we are.
If you count inflation. Compared to in other words, what we would have paid back then was worth more than what we're paying now.
I guess technically you're right, yeah. But here's what people are not really realizing, which is understandable. I'm not accusing anybody of being an asshole here. We're not even the highest in the world.
No, it's California, right? Oh, in the world.
No, the country.
I was like, wait. You said world, not country.
We, as in the United States, compared to.
I don't know. I would assume who's the highest in the United States? I didn't pull that. I should have.
It's probably California. It's us or them every time.
Yeah.
I would think that it's countries that are way far away from land, are not surrounded by land, like the Bahamas. I know they're extremely expensive there.
Not even in the top. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not in the top 10. Bahamas.
I would say it's China.
Nope.
Really?
You guys are guessing most expensive country?
Yeah.
Okay.
UK?
Nope.
I mean,
Alaska?
Can I say a stupid one?
Alaska. That was good.
Is it Russia?
Russia's not on this list.
Okay. South Africa.
Nope.
Antarctica.
Nope.
Your mom's house.
We're just gonna keep naming countries. We're not. Greenland.
Iceland is on the list. Close enough. $8.37 a gallon. You ready for this?
No.
46 countries have gas prices that are above $6 a gallon.
Oh,
26 more have prices that are above $7 a gallon.
So what are we complaining about?
8 more countries have prices that are above $8 a gallon. And this is all across the country, all across the world. And this is all Joe Biden's fault.
Yeah.
well,
Right. I love how everybody goes, "Oh, thanks, Biden."
Italy $7.98, Sweden is $7.99, Greece is $8.12, Finland is $8.29 for a gallon.
So this is happening around the world. This is not. If Trump was president, it'd still be happening.
All right, easy. I gave you one little thing, and now you're running crazy. You're running.
I'm just
go back to
I said
running
one
old
thing.
Trumpy.
What?
Finland is
old
8.
Trumpy.
I lost my place now. Oh,
Sorry.
Denmark 831, Iceland 837, Israel 856, the Netherlands 874, Norway is 891, and the I'll give you the most expensive place. You see if you can guess the price. Norway is 891. The most expensive right now for a gallon of gas is Hong Kong. Could you guess how much? Give me one guess.
I'll say
$9.80.
$9.80 from Janine. Okay.
I'll say. Also, I did say China. By the way,
Right, this is Hong Kong.
still, and that what's it called?
I don't know. I don't want to get into this area because the next thing you know, we'll be like John Cena will be apologizing in Mandarin, and we can't have that. I don't want to get involved in the China, Hong Kong, Taiwan.
I thought Hong Kong is in China.
You're making it worse. Just guess the price.
Okay. 10.43.
You looked it up.
No, I really didn't. I swear.
10.42. I still have to give
Holy
it to
shit.
Janine because you were over by a
Damn.
penny. It's closest without going over. So
Price is right.
$10.42 a gallon in Hong Kong.
That's not good.
No. I have to think, though, part of that is because it's a fucking just huge ass city and people don't. I mean, I know there's cars there and shit, but
No, it's Biden. He did that.
it's definitely Biden's fault. You know what's weird? People never talk about this, but I hear it from time to time. There's like 3 gas stations in Manhattan. So I'm imagining that's kind of what Hong Kong has too.
Yeah, there's not a lot of gas stations in Manhattan.
There's
They're all
no
and
gas
they're all on
stations.
like the edge. There's
Yeah.
like 2.
Yeah.
Good luck finding them. Too.
Yeah.
You never want to go to them ever.
Before there was, your phone that you could find the gas station. I don't know how the hell you're in the middle of Manhattan in your car and you're like, "Where's the gas station?" You're done.
Yeah. And Frank and I both worked for radio stations in New York, and there was like every now and then you'd have to go fill up before you leave town, and you would be waiting on a line. And this was like not in wartime, not
Normal every day.
Normal every day. You're waiting on like a 40-minute line to get the car gassed up.
Yeah.
Which sucks so hard. Thieves steal human heads in Denver.
Yeah, they
Frank's got that story.
Well, they robbed a truck. In the back of the truck, there were boxes that they just took. Those boxes were marked. I'll tell you exactly what they said. They were marked for like scientific experimentation.
Nice.
So they
Who has
said,
heads just for his? Okay.
Yeah, that's the more important question. Why are there heads?
Just the bodies probably went to. I don't know. It said exempt human specimen is what the boxes were labeled.
So they broke into this truck trying to steal a bunch of the Blu-ray players.
We don't know what they were trying to steal, but all they took were, it doesn't say how many boxes, but they took a bunch of boxes and they just have heads in them. So,
I mean, they can cash in if the bodies are out there with a bunch of money and they want to get their shit back. But
right.
Other than that, I don't see a market for this.
I'm sure there's going to be a ton of puns in the comments, like,
but
not a way to get ahead in life. The whole Austin Powers thing. But that's got to suck. You pull off this heist, and you get back to your base, and you're all right. Let's see what we got. It's fucking heads in a box.
Heads.
What do you do? Do you just throw them? You can't just throw them away. right?
There's also a better way to get head.
But I know there's going to be a lot of dad jokes starting 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, but what you can't. What do you got to turn them? Would you turn them back in?
Yeah, what do you do with them? You don't just like throw them at a dumpster and leave them by the side of the road.
Imagine a garbage man finds heads in a bag in your trash.
And not in Brooklyn. That'd be really strange. Yeah,
not, right. Otherwise,
startling in Denver. In Brooklyn, it's just Thursday, but in Denver, it's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, 100%. I feel bad for the families because it's like, oh, Aunt Patty just died, and now her fucking head got jacked in the heist.
I don't think they tell you where they're going. Like once your body is donated to science, maybe I could be wrong. But
That's not true.
Okay.
Sometimes they will tell you.
They said we're sending the head here. We're sending the body there.
I mean, I don't know what they would really study a head for, but
head things.
Maybe the brain. I don't know, but
sure. I'm sure there's a lot of things in the head you could study. Eyes, everything. What the hell? But
the jaw.
Everything. It's the whole time. Anything you want to keep cold.
All right. Idaho and Florida bills. In Idaho.
You are a hoe.
Who the hoe? Idaho. They passed a bill that's banning gender reassignment surgery for minors. In Florida, they passed the Don't Say Gay bill. The Republican-dominated state legislature passed the controversial bill yesterday. It prohibits classroom instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity in kindergarten through third grade. The bill will also allow parents to sue school districts over violations. The measure has drawn intense criticism from Democrats, LGBTQ advocates, and the entertainment industry. According to the AP, Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to sign the bill into law shortly.
It's such bullshit, man. Like, what are they afraid of? You know, you can't talk about gay. You know, you could talk about regular just straight relationships. You can't talk about gay relationships. What's the difference
between kindergarten and third grade? Is that it?
Right, but like, you could talk about this person. Like, let's say something in history well, I don't know how much history they're doing in first, second, third grade, but if they talk about a king and queen, you know, whatever. What if there's a couple in history that is two men or two women? What is, you can't talk about that?
Well, because what if you talk about it and then one of the kids turns gay, Frank? You're not thinking about the negatives here.
Right. So it's all about turning them. Right.
Yeah. That's basically what it is.
It's so stupid. I can't. Friggin' Florida and Idaho, you're fucking it up.
I mean, Idaho, I do kind of agree with, because a minor is, I feel like, and I said this before, it's to get that surgery is a big thing, and it's not really. I don't think it's anyone's business who decides to get it, but. What do they consider a minor in that state? Because every state is different.
I don't think
talk about something we need to get on the same page with.
Yeah, that should be universal.
Why is it 16 in some places and 18 in others?
I don't know. It's weird, right?
It shouldn't be 16 anywhere.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a state thing. That should be a countrywide. This is what we're agreeing on. But it's not. You talk about people, my freedom, and I don't want the government telling me what to do, but don't do this. It's like, oh, wait, what? It's like if a kid 14 years old is like, this is who I am, they have to suffer for the next 4 years. It's like, let them talk with let them and their family decide. It's not up to someone who's never met this kid. What do they have to do with it? They have nothing to do with it. Stay out of their business. It's up to them. And you're not hurting the kid. You're actually helping them. You're hurting them by stopping them from being who they are. That's my opinion.
I agree with Frank here. I mean, let's say you hate gay people, or in other words, you're in the Florida legislature,
Right.
and you feel
Which is
like
weird because Florida's a big gay state. Go ahead.
it
It is. I didn't mean happy. I mean gay. Go ahead.
I thought you were alluding to the fact that it's the penis of America, but okay, whatever you want, however you want to, you do it.
I mean that too.
It is our penis. It is America's penis when you think about it. Let's say you hate gay people, right? And that's the thing. At the same like, better way to put this, like you can smoke cigarettes and kill yourself. You can overeat until you're out of shape and die of a heart attack. Like you don't. It's yes, it's against the law to not wear a seatbelt, but you can do it and get yourself tossed to the like. We allow people to make these choices every day. You can smoke a cigarette every day until it kills you. That's fine. But you can't get a possible like my point is assuming you think it's a mistake to go trans, right? Why can you make those other decisions that negatively affect your life, but this one is not okay?
And it's not a negative. It's not a negative thing.
Am I making my point though?
It kind of makes it doesn't make a difference in your life. It doesn't make a difference in my life if you want to be trans.
Like it doesn't make a difference for me either. Obviously, this is not a anti-trans show here, right? But let's assume that we're like gay people. Trans people are the worst. They're awful. We shouldn't allow it to happen. How can you say that and be like, you can't? Let's assume that getting the surgery is bad for everybody. How could you be like? How could you legislate this? But not turn around and be like, well, we got to stop people from smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's no logic in it. If you take out the bigotry, there's no logic in it.
Well, anybody who's trying to, someone who would fight back to you would say, well, you can't smoke until you're 18. But the difference is this is someone's identity. You know, it's not like they wake up and go, oh, I feel like putting on a different shirt today. That's not the decision they're making. This is not a whim. They wake up one day and they're like, oh, I think today I'm going to change. You know, this is a major deal and it's who they are. And if they want to discuss it with their family and, you know, go through it with doctors and do the whole thing, I'm sure there's a lot of discussions that take place. It's not just you wake up one morning and you decide, I'm going to make a trip down to the hospital. So it's not like no thought goes into it.
Well,
and also, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say that's true, but there are some kids who play around with it, where they think it's either cool to do or
right.
That doesn't.
It's true though, because I know someone whose son wanted to do this because their girlfriend told them to, and has been back and forth for the last 3 years because he's very immature. And it's kind of like a joke to him.
I find it amazing, and this is every time we bring up something, you have a friend who has that exact experience.
I'll show you the person, and you're going to be like,
I believe you.
No, you don't.
Believe you. No, I do.
No, he does. He does.
Weird. It's just very strange.
You have a lot of fucked up friends, President.
Not fucked up. I'm just saying. Every time we come up with something,
I'll show.
I believe you. I am saying I believe you. It's just very weird. But what I'm saying is, if this,
know a lot of people. What can I say?
That's great. But
Janine has one friend that didn't believe the internet was going to take off.
True.
Wait, what?
I was like 12. Leave me alone. And this was in the days of chat rooms.
The internet's a fad. It's not going to be around anymore.
You're a fad. So the two things are: what are they afraid of? What is the government like? Saying gay in the class, we're talking about gay. What are they worried is going to happen?
There'll be more gays.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So?
You get gay on your shirt. Next thing you know, you're gay, and then you're making more gays.
I'd love to know.
Well, what then their thinking is that you are not born gay, that you choose to be gay.
You can catch
That's what their thinking is.
Well,
right.
we all know that that's incorrect. I don't know why they don't.
There's
Understand
some people who still think that's how it is.
I think we could all comfortably say that they are wrong. I think the three of us would agree with that.
Frank's trying to see if I agree with that. I 100% agree that you are born
I said
gay.
all three of us.
But there's people who do think that.
Well, they're wrong.
Those are
comfortably say that they are wrong.
Yeah, here's another word for them: gay conservative males in political power positions.
I don't understand what they think. Like, I would love to ask them, what do you think the negative would be if they talked about gay relationships in school? What are you worried about happening? What's their answer to that? All right, so kids learn about different kinds of relationships. What if the kid in the classroom has two dads or two moms? You know, they already know about it. It's like it's a part of life. It's not even like I'm not talking about crazy. This is a normal thing. This is taking a huge step backwards.
These people are probably in their 60s and 70s, and that's not the norm for them. It's just not. They didn't grow up like we grew up. It's just, or how these kids will grow up too. It's totally different.
Yeah, but you live in the now. You live in this society now. I don't care what you grew up with 50, 60 years ago. We're now 50, 60 years into the future. And
some of these people aren't.
so
that's their mindset.
What I don't understand is how we all can't get on the same page of equal rights for everyone. I don't understand why that's so difficult. Everybody has the same rights.
What's amazing about that is not only can we not do it, but we're talking about two states that are literally legislating against it. That's what's amazing.
How is that okay? Didn't we leave England because of those very things? We were being told how to worship and what to do and how to think and all this stuff. The laws were coming down on us, and now when we first left Europe, hundreds of years ago, and now we're here and we're making laws to stop people from being who they are. It's absurd.
It should be equal rights for everyone, even the unvaccinated.
Yeah. Sure.
That was great.
Well, it is true.
I think they're all good points though, because especially with the Florida thing,
I know you especially made me. Go ahead.
That was a really good point, Janine. You've made a really, really good point.
Hold on, I'm gonna type this.
My only retort would be
I hate that word. Go ahead.
You can put exceptions to certain things during extenuating circumstances.
Right. That's true. Like,
is it extenuating or extenuating?
Extenuating. But there are exceptions, like an ex-convict can't own a gun. Someone convicted of this crime can't own a gun, even though anybody else can. There are exceptions.
Right. But again, I pose to the people in Idaho, going under the assumption, which I don't agree with, that transitioning at a young age will ruin you. Why is that different from any other mistake that a human being can put themselves through? And especially coming from the Republican Party, that's back off, smaller government, don't infringe on my shit. Yeah, doesn't make any sense. That's Idaho. Now, Florida, I don't understand. So here's what the bill states. Classroom instruction by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through grade 3 or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students in accordance with state standards.
That's a little like, what are the state standards? What is that,
Republican Joe Harding, who sponsored the measure, and other GOP lawmakers in Florida have argued that parents should be broaching these subjects with their children rather than educators. It would not bar spontaneous discussions of sexual orientation and gender identity in schools, but instead is intended to prevent districts from integrating the subjects into official curriculum. So here's what I think happened. I think you had a bunch of crazies on the left who, in an effort to be as inclusive as Frank and Janine were just saying we all should be, were teaching this to younger children. And I think the extreme reaction from the right was to pull back on this, which I think you could agree that even though we all want to live in a world where everybody's accepted, straight, gay, trans, whatever, kindergarten through third grade is maybe not the place to broach that subject.
See, but I think people get hung up on the word sexual orientation. They go, oh, the word sex. It's about, like, you probably have kids that, they have a crush on this person or that person. But it's okay if they have a crush on someone of the same gender. It's not, it should be taught that your feelings are okay. That's the thing. If you, they're part of the legislation is if the kid can't go to his teacher or her teacher,
right,
and say, and confide in them,
right.
If that happens, the teacher now has to go to the parents and now tell everybody, and this is not what the kid wants, and it's going to embarrass the kid and make
right.
them
Because
feel
what you have here is a gross overcorrection, from the right in response to a pretty overcorrection from the left.
What?
Like,
What would the left do?
Like, I don't know if it's appropriate to talk about, sex.
They're not talking about
kindergarten
anatomy and stuff. It's not like they're talking about this is what happens in bed. No, they're talking about relation. If there's a relationship,
right? No, I agree.
It's not like they're getting charts and shit out. They're talking about just this person. A man could be married to a man. A woman could be married to a woman. That should be normal.
And I agree. I agree with that. I think that you should be able to have, like, if anything, I think that what people like, I think what should be taught to these kids, I think you could teach this in a way that is healthy. Like, I think you could teach kids to recognize that their feelings are okay.
But instead of doing that, they say, you know what? It almost seems like they're too lazy, or they don't want to put the effort into. Here's how we should teach the children,
right? But I'm not defending.
And they're just going, we're just not going to do it at all.
I'm not defending the GOP here, but it's and whether it was legitimately happening or not, I can't prove it or not. But it sounds like they're using the excuse of the left or people, liberal teachers, people who want to see the world be a fair place, whatever you want to say, were using, like, if they were like second grade teachers or first grade teachers, they were going in and starting to talk about this stuff. And if parents don't like that, then parents start the uproar, and then a bill like this gets started, and then the bill like this actually gets carried across and then signed into law. Is that, you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So I think that that's kind of what happened here, because I don't think that the GOP woke up and was like, I know, let's ban, this kind of thing in kindergarten through third grade. There had to be some force that was kind of pushing for it. Again, overcorrections from extreme parts of both sides. Whereas I think that you can literally just, instead of doing it this way or that way, just teach self-confidence, reassure kids that whatever they're feeling is okay and fine and doesn't matter. Why couldn't we? How do we not end on that? How did cooler heads not prevail and them go, well, let's think about this? Because you're right,
That's
Frank.
the problem. They didn't. Yeah, they don't think it out.
There's going to be a second grader that feels a certain way and cannot go home to mom and dad and talk about it because they'll get the shit kicked out of them.
Right.
And now they can't go to the teacher and talk about it.
That's one a school fewer that they can go to. They can't go to anybody, an adult that they can't trust.
Right.
But you have your favorite teacher. Now you can't talk to them about yourself anymore. Guidance counselor. What about them? You can't talk to them anymore now, I guess. If you have, if a school has a guidance counselor.
Right.
That's out. So these kids are gonna just now. All you're doing, it's not. There's gonna be gay, lesbian. There's gonna be all types of people, no matter what law you pass, and this is only gonna hurt them. It's not gonna help them. So all you're doing is making it harder for them.
It's a bit more harder for the gay kids and the
Yes, that's what
trans
it is.
kids and all. It feels like they're going to wind up coming out of the shorter end of the stick
That's
on
all
it.
you're doing. That's all you're doing is making it more
That's
difficult
what
for
she
them.
said.
So that's all that is. Here we go. What
Oh
is
my
this now?
god, what the hell is this?
So I was scrolling TikTok, and this, a Superman guy. I got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we know you love Superman.
I like Superman, like Seinfeld. I got
Right.
various. I don't have a ton of Superman stuff, but I got some. I think I have like 3 things, but I like Superman.
I'm more of a Batman guy, but I respect Superman. I like Superman too.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
And I don't like I like the realistic
This
looking
is Barbara.
stuff. Like this fucking thing that I just picked up was like $300.
That's a huge waste of money, but go ahead.
Well, this is my pre-married days when I had money to throw around before
That's
kids.
true. I think when I met you, you had that.
Yeah, it's very.
What is
old.
it?
I had it for a long time.
It's a
Well,
statue.
it's like a
Of
statue.
Superman.
I have another one too of him with a bald eagle resting on his shoulder with the American flag behind him. Very patriotic.
A bald eagle or a bald eagle?
That's right. You better believe it. Lois Lane. All right.
I don't get it.
So I'm
You
scrolling.
wouldn't.
I'm scrolling through TikTok and I see this realistic like thing, and the first one was Batman. Then it was it was Joker, Heath Ledger Joker, and I'm like, fuck, this thing looks real. Now I've seen like figures like this and shit before, and they're like $300. By the way, I was looking one day. They have ones that are so realistic that are huge. Like I'm talking about like 7 feet tall. They come all dismantled. You have to literally assemble them together. They're like $2,500. They're massive.
I've seen like the Iron Man one where it's all mechanical. It moves, the mask opens, everything lights up.
Yeah, it's crazy what they have now for nerds. It's unbelievable.
But they're like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's nuts. When we were kids, when we were kids, you would buy a He-Man, a wrestler, and Batman. It would be the same exact body, all just painted differently. It was like that's what we had when we were kids. Anyway, so I click on this.
When you're done.
I click on this thing now, and I'm looking at this website. Let me bring it up for everybody. And these figures, turns out they're rubber, not plastic, so you could like squeeze the faces. But they still
that's what I look for in my figures. Can you squeeze the faces?
They still look incredibly real. And look at how shitty this website looks. First of all, it's called a Boosie. I don't even know what that means.
A Boosie.
They've got fire emojis in their thing. It's $156 item marked down to $49.99.
Yeah, this is a scam.
Like you gotta buy it.
If you buy 2 of them, you save 10%. Look at this limited stock. Look at these fake like.
Oh yeah, the blinking that doesn't help.
The website is blinking like it's like looks like MySpace. This fucking thing.
But they've got you. They've got you, boy.
Look at this. Look at that, and then look at that. That is not that.
That's what you're getting.
That's not even the same thing.
That is what you're getting right there.
Yeah.
You think you're getting the thing on top, but that rotating bullshit is what you get.
Yeah. Then look, they've got stock photography of a nice man in a red hat and a red shirt delivering
nice. You know it's stock.
Everybody's smiling because there's no name brand on anything.
Yeah. Exactly. And this is repeated itself. This SSL transaction thing is repeated 17 times.
Yeah, I like those little banners that tell you like it's guaranteed and authentic and whatever.
Yeah. Here's this worldwide shipping. Please do note that shipping is insured and takes 10 to 25 business days worldwide.
They're hoping you forget about it by then.
25 business days to ship something? What takes that long?
Something from overseas.
Something from Russia.
Tracking numbers will always be sent so you can track it every step of the way. Cool things are worth waiting for. Winking emoji. This is how
they get you.
Anyway, I'm still thinking about buying it.
Yeah, those do look okay.
Look at the Heath Ledger. Look at this thing. It's kind of sick looking.
That is cool.
Very cool.
That's pretty dead on, no?
Yeah, no, I like it. And that looks like a real like jacket and the clothes look, it all looks like an authentic statue. It doesn't look like a plastic figure.
Yeah. Should I buy it?
You know what? Go ahead. Good.
Good.
I'm still thinking about doing it. Realistically, it's $50. What's the worst that could happen?
$50 shipping and handling. How much is that? It's gonna be like $100 for shipping and handling.
Free Frank, look in between the fire emojis.
Free shipping.
in all
Hello.
caps.
Oh my God.
In parentheses.
You save 68%, and if you buy 2 of them,
Yeah, do you want one? I'll get you. I'll get you guys one.
what does the Batman one look like?
I'm good.
Give me the Batman one. Is it
Okay.
Heath Ledger?
Oh, look here.
Oh,
Look.
Oh, see that?
You could squeeze the head.
You can squeeze the head. There it is. Head squeezies.
Free shipping worldwide. Look, they didn't even bother to Photoshop out all the white that they copied this.
Yikes. There he is. Show me the Batman one. Click on that
Statue
one.
height is 28 centimeters. How what is that?
That's
in
tall. That's tall.
Is it?
That's a good. That's probably a.
Here,
let me
look at
see.
this guy.
I'm gonna convert it.
Look, he's putting the hands in and shit. The gun? I don't know.
All right,
Hold on, let me look at
centimeters
the
to
Batman.
inches.
That's what she
28.
said.
That's
They-
almost a foot tall. It's 11 inches.
They had several Batmans. Here's one.
Oh, look, it's got the changeable. That's pretty good. It's got the head. Yeah, you could take the cowl off.
Look at how realistic it is. There's no way this is real. Look,
What? That's him. They got him to stand for the picture.
this is $49. Like, isn't part of you curious of what shows up? for
I am
$49?
kind of curious.
I
yeah.
think you are, so you definitely better.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna
So
run
wait.
this by my wife, and if she okays it, I'm gonna buy this.
What are you getting here with the Batman? Are you getting 2 figures? You
The
getting
dark
him in the suit and then
Knight.
him in the
Yeah.
bat suit?
This one's Batman and Bruce Wayne.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. See, that doesn't look like what we just looked like. This one right here. That does not look the same.
That looks kind of the same.
It looks okay. It just doesn't look the same.
I think we're gonna get taken for a ride. What is that? Oh, that's the other Joker. That's the
Yeah, this is fucking what's his name?
Joaquin Phoenix. That
Joaquin.
look how good those look.
Or as I like to call him, fucking Johnny Cash Joker.
Right. Yeah, that's it's not terrible looking.
Like, you know how you have your email that you sign up for all the bullshit for because you're like, who cares
Yeah,
if it gets
whatever.
spent?
Right.
I wish we had a credit card like that.
Yeah, right. Like,
We're like, who cares if this one gets stolen? It doesn't matter. It's not really hooked up to
You
my
gotta
shit.
put your
anymore.
you gotta put your real name on it though.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
the
problem.
problem.
So are you doing this? Is it coming from Russia?
I don't know where it's coming. That's the other thing. Am I funding Russia here? Am I
Well, you gotta
am I
look-
helping kill Ukrainians? Because I don't want to do that.
You got to look at the site. You got to go to the contact
Well,
us
what do you
about
think?
me.
It says it on the bottom. We're gonna.
It might
close-
say where it ships from.
There's no way I'm gonna know where it ships from, or
There's
where
got
it
to be
ships
some kind of contact info. If
from.
there's no
at
contact info,
aboosie.com.
if there's no contact info, then jump ship. You're not. If there's no way to reach out to them and ask a question, then you're out. There's no reason to buy anything from
There's
them.
a number 1607. What's the 607
I'll look that
area
up.
code?
I'll
You
look it up.
Meanwhile, let me do the next story. They found a 106-year-old ship at the bottom of the ocean, 10,000
I did
feet.
see that's pretty cool.
That's
What is
awesome.
it? What was it? 607. I'm sorry.
607. Yeah.
Okay.
Janine, doesn't that make you think, what the fuck else do we have going on around here that we just don't know about or haven't really bothered
There's a
looking for?
lot. I think, what did they say? The sea is only a very small percentage actually studied. Like
Yeah.
there's so much that we have not seen of the ocean,
Okay. Here's the problem.
which I like.
There- There are literally dozens of places around the world with the 607 area code.
Is that right?
Yeah. One of them is New York.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
What's
but
the other one?
There's a
Kiev?
lot of them. Let's see the country.
Moscow?
I never heard of a bunch of these countries. Chenango.
Chinado? That's made up.
Chenango. Broome.
That's a
Cortland.
combination of China and the Congo. Somebody literally just threw
Chenango.
two darts at a map and was like,
Chenango.
okay, Chenango it is.
There's a lot of Delaware coming up.
Fucking Biden. You know what weirds
Forget
me
it.
out about
Abort mission.
You know what weirds me out about the ocean, Janine? Is there every now and then you'll see this story like, oh, we discovered another species we didn't know about living in the
Oh,
bottom of
yeah.
the ocean. You're like, what the fuck?
Well, apparently we've only explored what 5% of the ocean.
He missed me.
I'm sorry. I was looking up the thing. What
You
did
were
say?
I
right.
didn't
It's
know the
okay, it's
percentage,
okay.
but I knew it was very low.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 5%.
And you know what the weirdest thing is that glowfish thing that's got like the thing coming out of its neck and hangs in front of it so it could, and it lights up so it could see where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck
I
is
fucked
that?
up. The anglerfish. That thing's fucked up.
Is that what it's called? The anglerfish?
Yeah.
Holy
It has that
shit.
light. No, that's not to see where it's going. That's to attract other fish.
Enemies.
That's to attract its food.
So they can see where they're going and then he eats it.
Oh, the fish are drawn to the light, and then it just fucking eats it.
That's bizarre. The
Messed up.
only other living being I seen have a light up heart was fucking E.T. and it took Steven Spielberg to breathe that motherfucker to life. So.
You're forgetting about lightning bugs.
Oh yeah, that's true. Good point.
What?
Good point.
Thank you.
Kardashians are moving to Hulu and they're taking Pete Davidson's extra large tongue with them. I didn't know this. They signed a 2-year deal with Hulu.
To make
Is this-
their another.
Is this like Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Yeah.
Part 2?
They've stopped it. Yeah, they've stopped
All right.
it. Which we should have saw this coming. Didn't they do a whole big thing of like the last Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Didn't they do that shit?
Well, probably. And then this is probably going to be still Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Well, now it's just called the Kardashians original.
Yeah, okay.
And Kim did an interview today where she said, like, they asked her, like, what's the difference? And she was like, there's no,
We're older now.
No, she's like, there's no restriction on E. It's a cable news channel. Hulu, there's no restriction on streaming services and what they can show.
That's true.
You can show everything, which I think means like we're getting another sex tape. That's what I think she was kind of like.
Okay,
Cool.
well.
We'll wink to the camera.
I don't think you're going to see a sex tape on Hulu.
Maybe.
If they want to beat out Netflix, they better come up with something fast.
That's a good point.
You just got the biggest sex tape star in the world. You might as well,
So Pete Davidson is going to be on this thing too?
get her to the play that hits, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Well, I read that he's not going to be like a regular cast member like the others, but he's not going to tell the cameras to go away.
Well,
She's
he's the
basically
boyfriend
what I
now,
read.
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
she's a genius. That's literally what she said. Kim is like, she knows how to fucking market. Because I believe her when she says he didn't want to have anything to do with this bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And
not.
then she was also like, but if he accidentally, is he on the show? If we're going to something and there's cameras there, he's going to be on the. So she's before not, it's going to be, he's going to be on the fucking, he's going to be on the thing. And she also teased, which is again another genius move. She also teased that how they got together is going to be on this show.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
That's what everybody wants to know.
It's 10 inches.
I could tell you
That's how I know.
She hosted Saturday Night Live and he was there. That's how they
Right,
got
but
together.
she literally said who said what to who first that started it all. Yeah.
Oh, I want to know.
Who doesn't want to know?
Well,
Frank
I
made a
don't
lot of
care.
promises and still has not sent out a text message, just to let everybody know.
No, that's incorrect.
That's very correct.
He never.
well.
He never did.
Never, ever did. By the way, if you have an iPad or a phone or whatever and you have Netflix, grab it because we're going to do a live watch along in a moment and
Ooh.
it's going to be captivating. It's going to be quite captivating. I think
Damn
we'll
well
do
better be.
I think we'll do that before
Before I
feedback.
leave.
Yeah, and then we'll I like when Janine just leaves in the middle of fan feedback. That's my favorite.
I gotta download it on my phone.
Pinocchio released a first fucking Disney was just slaying people. They were like, let's not concentrate on that don't say gay thing. Let's throw out some first looks and some trailers. But literally at 2:30 today, everybody who likes Star Wars came at the same time. Because
Yeah, I know.
I think that was the first time in history that we all kind of just, that's what happens. with
It was the
Star Wars
first
people.
multi-international orgasm.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane.
They dropped. What did they drop? I don't even know what the Obi-Wan.
Are you kidding me?
trailer? I don't even know. I don't care. I can't. But here's what happened in the text messages. Like when the 3 nerds got together in the text, I just bailed out. I couldn't pay attention to it. I don't even know. 4 nerds. I don't know how many there are. There's a
Shut
lot.
up. So, yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi is the series coming out in May. Now, since the end of the movies, I guess, there hasn't been a series or anything else revolving around a Jedi too much. There's been a little with Luke in some of the stuff, but this is about Obi-Wan and what he's been doing. It takes place after, what's it called? After the Revenge of the Sith, which is the end of the first 3 movies, episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, get to
And before A New Hope. So before Luke Skywalker is introduced in 1977. So this is what happens. This is Obi-Wan watching over Luke and protecting him, keeping him a secret from the Emperor.
Got it.
Oh, it does look good though.
It looks awesome. The trailer was amazing.
Janine acts like she wasn't one of the nerds I was talking about. Just
I knew it. I was like 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4th is me.
Now,
excuse me.
Is this when he goes to what? How do they train a Jedi? Do they go to school?
Well,
did that already happen, or?
Well, who are you talking about? Because everybody trains kind of differently. Because depending on what's going on in the universe, like there were Jedi and they were around freely. They trained at the Jedi Temple and they had all this kind of stuff. But since the Jedi are being like hunted down and killed now in this timeline, they have to train in secret if there are any Jedi left. So there's not that many left.
So there's no like form. Okay, I bet you. I'm going to give you a fact you didn't know about Star Wars. You ready for this?
I doubt it.
Okay, if you knew this, I'll give you $5. If you didn't know, you have to give me $5. Agree?
Yes.
Okay. First 3 years of Jedi training, you can't talk about gay or transgender. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. See, I owe you
take the $5 when you get a chance.
That's fine.
Also, they released a first look at Pinocchio. Tom Hanks is Geppetto.
I did not know he was Geppetto.
Yep.
Wow.
Tom Hanks has been crushing it in roles lately. He's got that big role in the Baz Luhrmann Elvis biopic that's coming out that looks pretty fucking good.
Yep.
And
so is he going to be like Italian? Is he going to put on an accent?
I don't know. He doesn't really. He kind of has a Tom Hanks accent and everything.
It's kind of true.
Forrest Gump was the biggest accent range he ever had.
I think The Terminal was pretty big.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm trying to think if he had any other accents. Yeah, I don't. Probably The Terminal was the big one.
What was Geppetto's profession?
Puppet maker? I don't know. Carpenter, maybe?
In this scene, Pinocchio is saying to Geppetto, "I'm the carpenter now."
See?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my
I like that.
God.
Powerful stuff.
I like it.
It's moving.
I like it.
It's really moving.
All
right, weirdest sex scene ever. Are you ready? Grab your devices, everybody.
All right, I got to sign in.
Right.
No, I got to sign in. Did you?
Of course, I got signed out on this. I'm waiting for.
Did everybody hear me say "get your shit ready"? And the fucking co-hosts aren't ready. I love it.
My problem is I had Netflix on my phone. There was a recent update. I deleted it from my phone, but now I got to sign back in for some stupid reason. So I got to get my thing.
I tell you, so my parents got a new TV, so they signed out of all of their. They got signed out of all their shit. They had to sign back in. So they're calling me to help them go through it, and all the accounts are under they share all my accounts, so I had to give them all the stuff. A couple of them put QR codes on the screen that I was able to just scan on my phone. So I was FaceTiming with my parents. They put their phone on the screen to show the QR code. I was able to scan it on my phone and sign in on my phone, and it just worked on their TV. It was awesome. Because I don't know if you know this, but sitting there with a 70-year-old as they go through that little thing and they type out every fucking letter. It's painstaking.
That's
all right.
painful.
Tell me where.
Yeah, where are we going here?
Okay. What I'm going to share with you and what we're going to watch Janine and Frank watch, and you watch together too, hopefully, is the most bizarre, weirdest sex scene I have ever seen in my entire life.
I probably already saw it. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
See, I didn't even know I said that.
Yeah.
Everybody look up, and you can cue this all up. We'll do it together. Janine, Frank, you got to watch at the same time.
Come on.
It'll be a couple seconds off, but it'll work. The show is called, look up a show called Brand New Cherry Flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Got it.
Go to episode 4. And I'm going to tell you the exact minute to go to as well.
Episode 4 called Tadpole Smoothie. Okay.
And you're gonna want to go to the 35 minutes in.
Exactly 35 minutes.
Yeah, so move it to 35 minutes in, and then wait so we can hit play at the same time. Everybody can hit play at the same time.
All right, I'm going to 35:00.
Now, Janine, have you heard of this? Because you said
yes,
you heard
I have. I actually watched the first episode of this series.
Okay. So start it at 35 minutes even. Actually, you could start let's start at 35 minutes even.
All right, tell me when.
Hang on.
No, I'm sorry. Start it at 34:30.
Oh, you're killing me.
Okay.
Okay.
Am
I putting the sound up or no?
You can if you want. You put the sound up. Yeah, put the sound up. You don't.
It's going to sound weird, all of us. Yeah.
It's fine.
Don't hold it by the mic.
You don't have to hold it too close to the microphone. Okay, you guys ready?
Yep.
Oh, shit. Hang on.
Oh,
sorry.
Jesus, Lord Joseph.
I just lost it. Okay, we're good.
That's what she said.
3, 2, 1, play.
Wait, what?
You're not watching along yet. Oh. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? What am I looking at? Explain. Please explain. I paused it.
Don't pause it. Keep going.
I
You're
don't
going to be
know.
off from everybody. Keep going. Keep watching.
What's happening here?
Yeah.
You gotta warn someone, man.
That's weird, is it not?
Am I good? Can I?
Did you watch the whole thing? Did she wake up the next morning?
Yep.
No, damn it. There's more. Okay.
Well, I guess you got the gist.
I think I got the gist there.
You got something new to try in the bedroom tonight, Frank.
I don't know if I
definitely.
can.
I gotta go.
You all hot and bothered now?
Okay, so she just woke up. Okay, great. Thanks. That's wonderful. Thank you.
That's messed up, right?
So is that what I think it is?
What do you think it is? I have no idea what that is.
Is that like where like a colostomy thing would go?
Is that what that is?
No.
My wife said the same thing. She asked the same question.
Because a colostomy, you have something hanging outside your body that goes in a bag.
Right.
I know.
And that's what I thought. So what I said to my wife was, even if it was, that's not necessarily an area of pleasure. I don't think that would be a good thing.
I don't know, but
yeah, I have no idea what's happening. I've never seen that show. I just got a random text message from somebody I know that was like,
so what is that?
I have no idea.
So you don't know, you have zero
Google
context.
No context.
No
I think
context.
it's better. I think if you know what's happening in the show,
It probably all makes sense and everything's okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, if that's how people like to get down, wonderful.
I'm telling
But it's just surprising to see that, especially that explicit.
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
that was they weren't hiding anything there.
Hulu better get on it if they want to fucking catch up. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
That's what they're up against. If they want to beat, if they want to pay off this Kardashian bill they got going on now.
Right.
That caught me off guard.
All right, fan feedback. Emma, hi from Scotland. Been a while, dudes. Superb show as always. KGB, sort your shit out. Good advice for the KGB. They got to get their act together.
I guess.
Does J Sams have family in Ukraine? If so, my heart goes out to her. It's a horrific time for the people there. They are in my prayers.
J Sabs, do you know of any relatives in Ukraine?
That's
a yes.
Ukrainian for yes.
Do you have any word from them? Do you know how?
My brother still never answered me back. I know that we do still have family over there. Where exactly, I'm not sure. It's either Russia or Ukraine. So
It's
either
a big
way.
difference. It's a huge difference nowadays.
Yeah, it's one of them over there.
They're on one side of the war. I don't know which.
Lone Wolf. Frankie is an interesting dude. He's on an independent media platform, but his takes can be, I can't think of the word, but he loses me sometimes. Like when he said we should listen to the CDC. Well, who do you listen to?
Yeah, I mean, don't listen to me. I'm just a guy on a friggin' thing. I listen to the professionals.
Well, even if you doubt the CDC on this round, which is okay with me, you've listened to the CDC before in your life, I guess is my
That's
point.
what I'm saying.
Dykista, you just reminded me last episode of when I was living in a small studio apartment that was right next to a movie theater. It was great. Watched movies every night, all on my own. It was magical. That does sound magical.
Living next door to a movie theater. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Janine's got a movie theater in her house, so just ask her how it feels.
Who was that one?
That was
Dykista. Okay, very nice.
Sounds like he's over there in the Ukraine too. I don't know. The T Ronaldo says, "Love you guys." Paige, funny. I am a Frank fan, but as a mom, I really understood Anthony's point when he got vaccinated versus wanting his kids to be vaccinated. Anthony applied the most critical thinking of the stage of bodies receiving it. Children are nonstop growing and changing. J Sabs and Frank both just threw out points from their own original stances.
Yeah, I said I don't have a real big, we lost J Sabs.
I was just about to tell her something interesting, but okay.
Yeah, I don't have a dog in the fight because I don't have kids, so I can't really.
You have a dog, which is interesting.
I do have a dog who is not vaccinated against COVID.
Quite the conundrum. She wrote, P.S. Zelensky is amazing, a.k.a. sexy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Z-Dog.
She loves J Sab's humor as well. Threw that in there. Heidi writes, I don't know if this is the podcast where y'all talk about gay being taught in schools in Florida, but it's K through third grade. How do you speak gay to a kindergarten class? If you have children, you'd understand. I challenge Frankie.
Same way you speak straight to same thing.
I challenge Frankie to give us a speech that he'd give kindergarten kids on being gay. Yeah, Frank, what would you say about being gay to kindergarten kids?
I would say, because there's probably kids that have, this is before the speech, there's probably kids that have.
Wait, this is preamble?
Parents. Yeah, I'm just setting up the speech.
Let me know when the speech starts.
I'll let you know. So there's probably kids that have either relatives or people in their own immediate family that are gay. Could be. So I would say, how depending on how it comes up, that's the big thing. How would it come up? If you're talking about people in history, maybe you're talking about I don't know, any famous people.
Wait, did the speech start?
Kid asked you.
Is this the speech?
No. Oh. The kid asked you a question about it. Are you not allowed to say, well, what if a kid comes up to you and says, I have two dads and my friend has a mom and a dad. Are you not allowed to
tell them to be quiet or else
my speech would be
spread the gay in the class.
My speech would be there are all different types of families.
Wait, this is the speech?
This is the speech.
Okay.
It would have to be.
Go ahead.
Either something part of the curriculum. I don't know how it would come up is in question.
Can I give you some advice?
No. So how it would come up is in question. So if it comes up naturally,
he asked you to give a speech.
Here's the speech.
Give the speech.
There are all different types of families.
Okay,
in the
can I say
world.
something?
See, you want me to give a speech, or you want to just keep interrupting?
Well, this is important.
Okay.
You have to say, "Hello, class. My name is Frank."
No,
Because
I come
they
right
don't know
in.
who you are. You just
Nope.
walk in
I just walk in and start talking.
and just start talking. No good
Exactly.
morning.
Nope. Because what if it's the afternoon?
You just walk in and like,
I
okay.
walk in, I go right into it.
Here's what I would say. Do this. This is what you have to do if you're not going to identify yourself. You got to do one of these. All right. Got to give them one of those little
What am I selling him a car?
double snap. Let's here we go. If you're gay, this is what you do.
What kind of family can I put you in today? No.
Tell me what I got to do to get you 2 dads.
2 dads for you.
Yeah.
2 moms for you.
Right.
No. See, I would say, listen, there are many different types of families out there. Some families have.
Well, they're already
mom
listening.
and
You don't have to
dad.
say listen.
I'm going to say listen.
You're the weird guy who
To
walked
make
in. Their first
Make sure
thinking
they're
is
extra
this-
listening.
Is this person going to shoot us? That's their first thought. Maybe you should say, "I'm not
See,
here to
am
shoot
I the
anybody."
teacher? See, if I'm the teacher, they already know me.
I don't know. Heidi didn't specify.
All right, let's assume I'm the teacher, not just some guy walking into a classroom. So if I'm the teacher, kid brings it up.
I have
they
a
ask
question.
Where's
your
no,
visitor
I don't want to
pass?
call on you.
Where's your visitor
I'm the
pass?
teacher. I'm the teacher. I don't need a visit pass.
Oh, okay. This is a weird thing.
Yeah.
You
So if
don't
I'm the
say you're
teacher-
the new teacher. You should start with writing your name on the chalkboard.
Right, but if you want the speech, and if they already know my name, this isn't day 1 of the class. This is like day, 62.
Specific.
I said like day 62. Doesn't have to be. There's all different types of families out
I
there.
have another question. Why'd you wait till day 62 to bring this up when we were wondering about it on day 34?
Because it was brought up to me this way, and that's how I, if you guys want to know,
Okay.
this is what it is. This is.
So many questions.
I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna get into specifics, but I'm gonna say there are different types of relationships out there, moms and dads.
I have another question. Do
dads
you
and
often travel with curtains that?
I gotta
behind
ask
you?
you: is there a Victorian ghost behind me? So I'm a little worried. So I would say, listen, there are different relationships out there.
I have a question.
There are
If
men-
gay people are on the internet and the internet is a fad, are gay people fads?
No, that doesn't make any sense. If there are no more questions,
Okay, I'm sorry. Give your speech.
okay, I would say there are many types of relationships. Some
Because
people
you said the internet was a fad.
basically, I would give the Mrs. Doubtfire speech, but tweak it a little bit. Remember at the end of Mrs. Doubtfire, there are many different. There are some.
So you're dressed as a woman.
I'm dressed
Which is
as Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's a good start. That's
An
a
older
smart-
woman, though.
That's a good place to be.
Older woman.
Yeah.
I go, hello, dearies. There are many.
I love the inherent thing about Mrs. Doubtfire that it was overlooked of like, if I just talk like an old English lady, everybody's going to believe me. It's just, nobody's going to
What's not to believe about it all? The Queen. Everybody believes the Queen when she talks.
It's true. It's 1,000%.
You sound
true.
like the Queen. Then it sounds like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I give the old. There are all different types of families. Some families have 2 moms, 2 dads, 1 mom, 1 dad, and that's okay. And they're all the same. Everybody has, as long as your family, as long as your house is full of love, then everything's okay, and you shouldn't feel any different. If you don't be ashamed. If you're, you have, it depends on how they bring it up. They say I have a crush on someone. I said that's okay. You're allowed to feel how you feel, and it's something. If you want, I'd ask them if they want to talk to someone else, their parents. Why you why would you want to bring it up to me? Do you trust me? There'd be a lot involved depending on what the kid is saying to me.
Can I just say something?
Mm-hmm.
You brought up a point which I cannot believe I didn't think of yet, which is what if little Johnny's got 2 daddies or 2 mommies?
That's what I'm saying.
And what if,
it's part of life?
There's like I just went to the father-daughter dance. Like, what if the father-daughter dance? What if mom shows up because there's 2 mommies and she's not going to have the kid not be at the dance? But it's 2nd grade and now you can't fuck. Like this is so
it's part of life.
backwards.
It's part of life, and to pretend like it's not a thing is ridiculous.
This is a colossal fuck up. And can I say this too? like Ron DeSantis, I know he's playing to his base, but he is fucking himself up with this.
He's trying to be Trump 2.0.
Yeah, he is. He really, he's trying to out Trump, which is it's a really bad space to be in.
Yeah, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be Trump. Why would you want to be Trump 2.0?
Yeah. But here's the interesting thing about this, which is so much more about the parents than the kids. So, I mean, I have 2 uncles, right? You know that. And I'm running my own little private experiment of my kids have been around my 2 uncles forever.
Right.
And at one point in my life, I said, well, it'll be interesting the day they ask me, like, well, we have aunt and uncle on this side, and we have uncle on this side. My kid is 6. Hasn't dawned on him yet. He's 6.
And what's the difference? Like, the point is to get to a point where that distinction is no longer it's no longer weird to them. The point is so that if they see uncle and uncle, they're not going to go, well, wait a minute, what's going on here? It should just be, it's just 2 people that are in love. That's
so my 2 points of bringing this up were, 1, it's exactly what Frank just said. That is his normal. He's not going to know any of it.
It's a normal part of life.
And 2, the second point is he's not going to notice it the day he finally goes, wait a second, this is different from that. What's the deal? And we just explain it to him. He's going to okay. And he's going to move on with life. And that is going to be the end of it. And I don't even know when that's going to occur. Could be next week. It could be like 5 years from now. I just don't know when he's going to ever pose that question. And I've never tipped my hand to it. I've never said, I'm not scared of it. But I've never, like, you know, I kind of like, I wonder when if he's going to say something about this.
Yeah. And the point would be the answer. Everybody would have their own answer, but I would imagine the answer would be just like, you know, mommy and daddy love each other.
Yeah.
Your uncles love each other. That's what it is. Your mommy and daddy are together. We're married. We have we started a family.
To Janine's point, I think she made this point, not you. Might have been you. That's the difference in the generations, right? So the 60-year-olds,
that was Janine, yeah.
You know, they can't get it, whereas my son won't know any different.
That's the point. Yeah, we're trying to make it. It's like learning a language. It's just inherent. It's just part of your life.
And that's unfortunate.
Grow up learning it.
It's unfortunate for a lot of things because you want things to change. You want racism to go immediately. You want tolerance to be immediate. And it just doesn't sometimes. Sometimes it takes like 3 generations to fucking really make that. Like I said, my kid's just not going to know he's not going to know a time. It's the same. I say this all the time.
I hope you're right. But I hope we don't know.
I remember, what was the movie where fucking Matt Damon's in the movie? He's Jewish and he's afraid to let people know.
I don't know that one.
I was like that. I was 10 or 12 or whatever, and I'm watching this movie, and Matt Damon hides like a Jewish star. He's wearing a Jewish star thing. There's like a ton of great actors in it. I forget what it's called. He's at like a boarding school or some shit, and he buttons his shirt, and he hides the fact that he's Jewish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember saying to my dad, like, and then somebody said a bunch of stuff. I forget how it ensues from there, but he hides it. And I remember looking over at my dad and I go, I don't get it. Why is he? And he's like, oh, well, people don't like Jewish people. And it was like a foreign concept to me because I hadn't been brought up to not like Jewish people. So I had no fucking clue that there was this.
Yeah. It's like, why? What are you talking about?
Massive thing. Now, and I had heard of Hitler and all that stuff, but I never put like it all to like.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that. And this took place in the 40s or 50s or whatever, but I didn't understand that it still happened.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. So the goal is to move away from that, and get to where gay and straight is just another thing that's a part of life, and it doesn't have to be. You know, it's just something that doesn't have to be explained. It just is.
Right. And although I understand people don't want any sort of sex or identity or whatever to be discussed in their school, as much as I can respect that, the best case scenario for this bill still winds up being an opportunity for people that are gay or that live with gay people to be slighted and shorted and feel less than. Like the best possible scenario for that is that.
Because imagine the situation: a kid raises his hand or goes up to the teacher and says, "Could you answer this question about this?" And the teacher's got to go, "No, we don't talk about that. We can't talk about that." It's like, well, why not? What's wrong with talking about that? There shouldn't be anything wrong with talking about it. That's the problem.
Right, because if a second grader comes up to you and goes, "Where do babies come from?" You're not going to give them the explicit details. You're probably going to give them a stork answer bullshit or
mommy and daddy love each other. They have a baby, or whatever whatever story you want to tell them.
Right.
Mommy, daddy. You could even say daddy and daddy. Parents. When
parents
adopt a kid, there's a million ways to have.
I don't think it's bad to say mommy and daddy too.
Like, no, you can say that.
That's where people get into like like it's okay. But if the kid turns around and goes, "Well, I have two dads," I'm like, okay, well, if daddy and daddy, they love each other and they got together and the stork brought you or whatever
exactly.
Like you would hope that these teachers can deliver that. Like, trust those teachers to be like, fine. But again, I think
how to talk to children. That's part of the job.
That's part of the requirements. But it seems like some people got a little nutty and out of control, and then you have this massive overcorrection to overcorrect the overcorrection. Who's Your Girl wants to know why you have Frank on here. 5th grader intelligence, shaking my head.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Try watching that, and it's not easy.
That's why, for that joke alone. Herself, new show intro. Well done, Frankie C. You did a good job on the show intro.
Oh, yeah. For those who aren't aware, in the beginning of the show, right after we do Anthony reads the topics, there's the intro.
You snapped your finger that you did it. That's
right. That's me.
Yeah.
So that's the song I made. It's actually, in reality, it's 2 minutes and 16 seconds of a song. That's only about a few seconds, 3-4 seconds there. But I made a 2 minute 16-second song. So that's a little clip of it.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, though. Thank you for the comment.
Brian, I don't want to be on your stupid fan feedback anyway. Keep up the great work.
I can respect that.
Brian has done a lot of great things. I don't think we've had him on fan feedback yet, which is interesting. We've talked about.
I think that's why he said it.
Yeah, that's funny. That's hysterical. Jen, Anthony has an awful lot of theories as to why no one wanted to accept his movie mandate. I did have like 6 theories.
You did.
We don't want to be alone. We can't make plans.
The simple thing is we just didn't want to make solid plans. I think that's we're just like someone else will make the plans, and if I show up, I show up.
QT, a lot of networks are sponsored by Pfizer, and that's why they don't want to report anything bad on them and run their commercials ad nauseum. We got a lot of this in the fan feedback that we were well aware. I think we talked about it. We referenced when we were talking about Pfizer and the report and the supercut of all the Pfizer sponsorships.
Mm-hmm.
Still, even with that being said, I'm surprised that there was not a friggin' peep. That's insane to me, and still insane to this day.
I hear you.
Still completely insane.
Well, we'll talk about it. We will talk about it. Keep the comments coming too, by the way. Fan feedback, we love to do it. We love to read all the comments. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you want to leave your comments. We will read them and enjoy.
Frank, shout out to PD's live music. He had some of the best Seinfeld callbacks and quotes, including George Costanza's "I'm a bootlegger."
Bootlegging a movie, baby.
No, that wasn't the movie. Or was he talking? Did he say movie?
I'm a bootlegger.
That's right. That's right. You're right.
And he's the bad boy to that. The
woman. Bad boy.
Yeah, that was great.
Pick up the phone, Elaine. Pick up the phone.
Take it off speaker. I'm a bad man. I love that bit where they scream when you can only hear them shouting through the phone is hysterical to me. Whenever they do that, yeah.
You know what I loved a lot was the
Kramer, your phone's a piece of junk. Goodbye. Your phone's a piece of junk. Goodbye.
No, I love of course they had all the callbacks and shit, all that kind of stuff. I loved. Who is this?
Yeah,
That was my favorite.
Uncle Leo. Jerry. They did that a handful of times, and it always killed.
It always fucking kills. Always.
Yes.
Like over the course of a whole friggin' show, like just to have that joke strung throughout.
Mm-hmm. We got to do that thing where we watch this. Remember, we were gonna give episode feedback.
Yeah, we should.
We should do that.
We should do a rewatch Seinfeld thing. Maybe one day. We'll see.
There's so many things we should do.
That's it for me. You got anything else?
I'm good.
All right. I appreciate you guys for watching or listening. Thank you so much. Don't forget to visit anthonyonair.com. Link in the description for Jumpstart Coffee Company. Catch you guys in the next episode.
Show me potato salad. Maybe we should go now.